Hello there, and welcome to PsyOps for community managers. Community managers are not often thought of as warlike. After all, you're meant to pull people together in a similar direction. But recent developments in PsyOps, which is the application of psychology in the military, are quite useful, and getting in touch with your inner community warrior may be exactly what you need. I'm Philippa, a web editor and psychologist who's worked on a community building pilot, where we use the same approaches in different locations, so we get useful data about what works and what doesn't. The most important finding is that previously armies in occupation used to try and educate communities to shape their attitudes and perceptions. That is, maybe try and help them understand how democracy is an effective system, say. But how useful is that when people are worried about where their family's next meal is coming from, or a hostile force who is embedded down in the neighbouring suburb? So the important research to focus on is what motivates how people are behaving in the community. And this means talking to them, getting out and about and chatting to people, which takes time, warmth, empathy and good listening skills. It means understanding that getting under the skin of a community is the most critical part of community building. And if you don't invest in this, you're most likely stuffed in terms of building a sustainable community. You'll waste time, energy and money. Now, there's no doubt this is challenging. Many community building initiatives fail on and offline because this challenge is too tough. It involves asking people what they're worried about, receiving this sympathetically, but not trying to solve the problem necessarily. You may feel uncomfortable with just letting people's negativity stand there and simmer. But then you can, with sufficient time, move on to chat about what people hope for, how they see the future, and you start to hear their hopes and aspirations, a very positive charge to help them move towards. And you'll probably want to show them how your community will work in the future, practically and technically maybe, with the emphasis here on showing, not telling, demonstrating and involving them in how they can participate, rather than any kind of improving lectures, which is what I'm trying to avoid here. You're looking for every outlet to see ideas about how your community may benefit people in it. Now, you're possibly not going to be able to adopt national PsyOps tactics of getting hundreds of journalists or bloggers on side and talking about you, but you may be able to get some champions keen to show they are leaders and early adopters. And you probably won't be able to drop radios across your space, all tuned to your community radio station, but you can leave material and access details everywhere that open up conversation. You'll need to love this community, or if you don't, find someone who does. And it really helps if you can find someone already well connected in some way as a supporter. The best community managers may be engaged in making themselves redundant, in handing over their community to the people within it. And sometimes it is much easier to commit your energy, time and creative thinking to community building when you know you have an out. Soldiers will back me up here. I hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you'd like to know more about PsyOps, then Behavioural Conflict is the book to read. Richard Millington, who runs Fever Bee Consultancy, has a useful book and services. And I'm philipadavis.co.uk with a community building basics course at udemy.com. Maybe catch you over there.